Despite receiving a discouraging prognosis of rheumatic heart disease in 2010, Jevane Stewart defied the odds and transformed his journey into an inspirational narrative encapsulated in the pages of his book, A Second Chance to Get It Right. Today he joins us via Zoom to share his empowering story and discuss his book. Jevane, morning, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Great, happy to have you. You were diagnosed with rheumatic heart disease, which means that the valves in your heart are permanently damaged because of rheumatic fever that went untreated, was it?
Yeah, because of rheumatic fever.
Yeah.
So it was a misunderstanding from the doctor. So they were treating me for something that I didn't have, and eventually the medication damaged both of my heart valves, and I have to take 10 years to recover from it.
How are you now?
So I'm doing excellent now. My last time that I did it was 2021.
Awesome. And you converted that experience into this motivational work and others, because this book, A Second Chance to Get It Right, is part 2 of a project you're on, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, just share a little bit about that.
Okay. So a second chance to get it right. Many persons doesn't get a second chance, and I believe that this is my second chance to life. And it's a whole lot, because what I've been through and what I changed myself and be a strong man. It has motivated me to push myself out of my comfort zone, because I also did culinary arts, right?
Yes.
So I love foods, but God gave me the skill, so I ain't not making the best of it would make me ashamed. So I believe that whatever I can do to motivate young people, I believe that I'm the right person to talk about like personal life, like dream big, accomplish your goals, set your standard. Yeah, pretty much it. So I believe that they are personally going through a lot, and whatever way I can help, I can motivate others.
Yeah, because in the book, you speak to making positive changes. It's like in the second or third chapter, where I'm going to quote you now. Move out of your comfort zone. You can only do so if you're willing to feel awkward and uncomfortable when trying something new. What were some of the new things that you had to try? And just share a little bit about coming out of that comfort zone that has led you down this path.
Okay. So in 2020, I lost my dad, and I think that was the turning point for me. I kept on believing that God has drawn me closer. So I normally do a lot of jotting downs, writing, and I realized that it's really phenomenal. So I told myself that I'm going to turn it into a book format, and that's where I started, and that's where it's continuing.
Yeah, and writing a book is not something that you can just do. Well, you do a lot of it on your own, but getting it out there is something that you've got to rely on others to support you. I want to talk about one of your earlier quotes too. Surround yourself with like-minded people. It is a fact that no person can achieve great things alone. Who are some of those people that have helped you? So some of those people in your team, in your camp?
Okay, so my friends, my family, my church family's friends, they have motivated me so much that I even realized that I was being motivated, and they was pushing me that I can do this, So I keep on believing and took that drive and pursue greatness.
Yeah. Over what period did you compile this work?
Okay, so it's a period of 3 years. So my first book, I take 2 years to write it, and my second book, I take 1 year to write it. So a second chance to get it right recently came out in December 17, 2023. So basically that came out there, and I'm trying to establish it more, because most persons know the first one.
Yeah. Embracing the vision.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How did it feel to write that first book? embracing the vision, and then knowing that you're going to follow it up with a second chance to get it right?
Like, it was a tough decision because I said to myself, this is something great, right? So I keep on putting my work and I keep on writing my motivation quotes down. And I'm saying, this is so good. And I just pray to God and let God, like, I'm going to do this full time and I'm going to do the best I can and to share my story with the world.
Yeah. Now, when authors compile works, they always want the readers to leave with a few things. I've made some notes about what I think some actionable items are from this work. But what are two things that you would want the readers to leave with at the end of reading A Second Chance to Get It Right?
Okay, so I want them to read it carefully and just stick to the plan and get what you need to get from it. It's a good step for you to build that next move to greatness. So I believe they can gain motivation and inspiration while reading it and also implement it to their daily life.
Yeah. The notes I took, embrace challenges. Absolutely have to actively seek and embrace challenges and see them as opportunities for growth. I mean, that's something you've clearly done. Cultivating gratitude, regularly reflecting and expressing gratitude for the positive things in life. Building a network, right? You can't tell me if you agree with me or you disagree with me, Right? Building an active, supportive network, maintaining consistency. And that one really stuck with me because it requires such a great amount of discipline and patience, as you put it in the book.
A lot of
patience is the key to success, and that's something you've had to manage because dealing with the rheumatic heart disease diagnosis, they say 10 years before you kind of get out in the clear,
And yes.
Yeah, and this is 14
and
years later.
To recover from it also. So yeah.
Yeah. Another good thing is to practice reflective learning, to always evaluate your actions and your decisions and learning to improve. And boy, let me tell you, it was a really good read. I thoroughly enjoyed it to the extent that, as I tell you, I made notes. But what's next for you, and where can we find the book, by the way?
Okay, so both books are available at Amazon. You can purchase it there. The paperback or the Kindle. Likewise, the audio version will be soon out. And it's available in the Grand Cayman also at Booknook and More Than One Chapters. So I'm taking my time to establish myself and do the best that I can.
Absolutely. You're taking your time and getting a whole heap of stamps in your passport because you're now in Canada, right?
Yes, sir.
Listen, it was a pleasure speaking with you this morning, and it certainly was a great pleasure to have read through this book. I found it beneficial, and I'm pretty sure the readers will too. Take very good care of yourself.
All right, thanks for having me. Have a great day.
All right. So that was author of A Second Chance to Get It Right, Jevane Stewart. Up next, we discuss Freedom Imaginary's decision to appeal the government's denial of asylum to 37 Haitian migrants.